that we all know we need, and we need a lot of it. Most of us have difficulty finding the time, finding the tools to really get us that coveted night's sleep that we're so looking for. So the BlanQuil collection is designed to help give us that next level of luxurious sleep with their weighted blanket. It's a 48 by 74 inch weighted blanket with a removable cover that is washable. We're presenting it in two weights, and that it will make sense to you in just a second. We have the 15-pound, and then we have a 20-pound. This is the first time we are presenting this with a choice of weights, so 15 and 20, and then we also have the two colors that you're looking at, the gray and the taupe. Now, I understand that in the gray, is it? The gray is limited. It's still available in both, but the taupe, oh, there was a charcoal choice that completely sold out.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You got it.
I thought you were saying the gray had sold out, but it was charcoal that's completely gone. So we do have both colors currently in both weights.
Yes.
At BlanQuil.com, this weighted blanket would retail around $169. To be able to get it here at $122.20 for the 15-pound and 5 payments of $24.44 is a great deal. And then if you're getting the 20-pound, that's going to come in at $127.20. And of course, you also get that wonderful 5 easy payment offer. Amy Scaglione is one of the decorating and style experts that brings great products to the Q, so she's here to talk with us about these blankets, but this might be relatively new territory for many people.
I love what you just said. When you opened, you said, we struggle with sleep sometimes, we struggle with relaxation, and you said, sometimes we need a tool, right? So this is our tool. This is much more than just a blanket. It's a weighted blanket. So there's so much going on with this one, Jane. It started out there in the marketplace, but it wasn't something that you could readily use in your home. Now it's available to capture all that in your home.
You got it. And there are two weights, as I mentioned. So let's explain that really quickly. We have
absolutely.
Which weight is best for you kind of general guideline. So keep this in mind. This is a guideline.
Yeah, so Jane, if you're between around 99 to 149 pounds, we would suggest to you the 15-pound blanket. Now that's based on the fact that when the blanket was created, that weight was created with the idea that if it's 8 to about 15% of your body weight. And then if you were 150 to 200 pounds, the 20-pound blanket would be your choice based on that idea of the 8 to 15% of your body weight. Now that being said, I strongly suggest if you have any upper body concerns, let's say you have a lot of upper body weakness, or this is a blanket that you plan to drag around from floor to floor and maybe you live alone, it is absolutely no problem, and I would suggest stepping down to the 15-pound and not being so tied into what your weight is.
You got it. Well, the cover is removable, which is also important too, so you can launder that. Many people will use this in their bed. Other people will actually use this to do exactly what we're doing, and that is to sit and relax and just literally take a load off, or add a load on, I should say. But the whole idea here is that comfort, that feeling of a hug that you get from the additional weight of this blanket. I think about a tool that I used for my dog, who was afraid of storms.
Thunder.
And it was something that wrapped around him to give him a little bit more of that hug, that comfort, to make you feel like you've got, the additional support. And that, in many cases, can be enough to help folks really kind of relax and settle in. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show that we are streaming this show live on QVC2's Facebook page, and already a couple of friends, Julia and Linda, are watching and say hello. So we say hello back and thank you for watching. Again, you can do the same thing, add your comments if you would like. But the price is phenomenal, and if you think about your lifestyle and how important sleep is, it is important to figure out whatever you can do to get to that next level. So, Amy, there's two pieces to this: the inner weighted blanket, and then the external cover. Yeah,
so Jane, I'll tell you a little bit about that, because I know if I were at home, I would want to know, what's this going to feel like? Is this going to be hot on me? What does heavy really mean? Can I wash this? So I want to hit those 3 points for you. What I'm holding up here is actually sort of the magic of the BlanQuil, and this is the interior in the BlanQuil itself. And as we look at each individual baffle box, this has to be hand-filled. A machine can't fill that. Oftentimes we find machine-filled things like in comforters and other pieces of bedding. What this is filled with inside is, first of all, this. And this is a soft, very pliable, wonderful fill. And this is sandwiched between beads. These beads go between this piece and one more piece. And what does that mean for us? That means that when we have the BlanQuil on our body, it's not going to shift around. The fill is not. The beads, along with that fiber soft fill, are going to keep everything in place. So think of every single one of these almost like a mini BlanQuil. So this lives inside of the cover. The cover's totally removable. It's made of a very soft microfiber. It's washable, it's dryable. The BlanQuil itself is made of a cotton, and you're going to find when you unzip it, there'll be 4 corners that have a loop and a tie, and you'll just undo the loop and the tie from the corners. You'll take your BlanQuil out. You can sleep right under that BlanQuil if you want a cooler experience, or in the winter months, or if you like that snuggly feeling, you'll keep the cover on.
You know what I was thinking about? My niece who was getting ready to go back to college, and how great at that time of year, at that time of your life when, you know, there's so many things going on, and you know that college kids are there to learn, but also have a good time. And you know, sometimes the parties run to the break of dawn.
That's right.
They could use that additional, you know, comfort, maybe the comforts of home, so that they can relax and really get into a good night's sleep. So here's what I do. I suggest that you go ahead and give it a try. Don't forget that anything that you purchase from QVC, you have a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So if you open this up, you try it, you sleep in it, and decide, you know what, this is not really for me, then yes, it can be returned. The other nice thing about this is we've got it at a price that is a good $40 for the heaviest weight, less than what you would pay if you were to find out that, oh my gosh, they're right, I really want one, and I want one for my kids, and I want one for the family. This is the price that can't be beat. So take advantage of that, because that price expires at the end of my time with you this evening at 9 p.m. So once again, 5 easy payments of $24.44 for the 15-pound, and 5 easy payments of $25.44 for the 20-pound version. Once again, your choice of the gray and the taupe. If you want the taupe, however, in the 15-pound, there are 150 remaining, and then just a few more available in that 20 in the taupe. And in the gray, in the 20-pound, that's the most popular.
Okay.
There are 400 remaining that can ship out, and then of course there's a few more of that in the 15-pound. So now's the time to think about it. So now that we've actually kind of given you an idea of what to expect when you receive your BlanQuil, let's show them again the applications for it.
And Jane, that'll come, just so you're aware, when maybe you live in a walk-up apartment or that sort of thing. It'll come to you in a box. It'll come to you sort of compressed. So you're going to feel the real weight of that 20 pounds when you first get the box.
Right.
But understand that once you unfold, just like we have Angela here, and the weight is evenly distributed over the body, it's going to feel more like an even pressure over the body. Angela, you have the 20-pound one, right?
I do.
Yeah, and your husband has one as well, right?
No, we share.
You share it?
You share it?
We don't sleep the same time.
Oh, okay. You're sleeping in it all. Okay, different times. Gotcha.
So Angela could go with the 15-pound one, but with she and her husband sharing it, they've chosen the 20-pound one. And Jane, it's essentially like when you cover the body, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes later, I always say it starts, you're up here and you've had this week, and then suddenly you come down, right? And it's this restful feeling. The very first experience I had was actually my sons treated me to a spa day. And they left me in the room, and they put a heated blanket, or pardon me, a weighted blanket on me, and left. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to lay here, and I'm making lists and mental notes in my head. Suddenly, I reached that where you're starting to drift off, where you're starting to fall asleep. And that was the first experience I had with the BlanQuil at all. So I'm going to lift up the cover to show you too. So Angela was unzipping it there and showing us that the cover's removable. And this is what it looks like when you take it out. So this is an example of the gray one. They're pretty, they're soft, they're made of a really great plush microfiber. It feels like a bunny. It zips right off. It has 4 corners that are going to have a loop and tie
that by
right into the
itself,
washer.
You can feel that even the weight of this is really nice. And then of course, this is where you're going to get that wonderful combination of the beads and fiber fill sandwich. Within each one of these baffle boxes, a combination of the beads and the batting. And you can kind of feel them, but not really. You have to like look for the beads inside the pockets. It's not like that's what you feel when you're laying underneath of the blanket. BlanQuil, but it really does, make a difference when you're sitting, if you want something that's going to be comfortable and just give you that weighted sensation or feeling. So think about it for family, kids, think about it for holiday gift ideas for anyone who works a lot of shift work.
Yes.
Angela and I can attest to that on a regular basis, how, uninterrupted sleep is something that we really need to work towards getting. And whatever you need to do to make that happen, figure out a way to make it happen. And it could be a tool that might help you. The BlanQuil might just be that perfect tool. So it's new, it's H217795. Once again, the 15 pounds is retailing here at, or we're offering it at $122.20. That is your QVC 2 big deal price. The 20 pound, $127.20, and both available with 5 easy payments on a major credit card or Q card. So once again, pick the color and then give it a try. Know too that if you need to return or exchange it, you can do so. So don't have any questions about that. And once again, the taupe, which has been popular in the 15 pounds, there are fewer than 100 to go around now. I'm a little bit jealous because Angela, let me tell you something, this one has been raving about the BlanQuil from way back, before we even actually had it as a QVC 2 big deal. She's been like, you've got to get this BlanQuil. I'm like, what is it? What are you talking about? So she has been raving about it. So don't take it from me, take it from Angela. This is something that, again, if you're struggling with getting that good night's sleep, that you might want to try today. So
we have Angela under the 20 pound BlanQuil. Over on the recliner chair, we had her in the 15 pound BlanQuil. This might be something that you use as a little bit of an aid at night. A lot of people like to sleep under it. Take your comforter, fold it back to the foot of the bed, and you can just sleep under this in the sheet. If it feels a little bit too warm, the cover is, again, this very soft plush microfiber. You can zip it off, you can tuck it away, and then just sleep with the BlanQuil itself, which is housed on the inside. If you're like my mom, we talked about this last night, she loves it, but she doesn't like anything on her feet. So this is essentially the exact same length of a twin bed, but it's about 10 inches longer on the sides. So Angela could actually just turn this, and we could do it horizontally. She could pull it up and get the same, experience for the chest, but have her feet free. So if you like that feeling, again, about the length of a twin bed, you're going to have that ability.
So I don't want you to think of this as a comforter, because that is not really the intended use.
Nope.
This is a weighted blanket, so you're going to use it to your comfort level. I know the first thing I thought of was, I'm a hot flash mama, am I going to be hot under this? And the answer, I think, would be, yeah, you're going to be warm if you're sleeping, trying to sleep under this, because it's weighted and it has that cover. But as Amy suggested, take that cover off, and then that's a little bit of the weight that's going to be coming off, but you can still sleep under the cotton and poly filled weighted blanket.
Exactly.
So you still get the benefits of it. It's just going to lighten it up a little bit. And then in the winter time, when we are looking for a little bit more warmth and that weighted sensation, you've got that. And this outer cover is washable. So if you are using it to lounge and reading, and the popcorn, the wine, the tea, whatever gets spilled, you're going to be able to machine wash this, no problem. So the other question that folks are asking is, if I'm on the cusp of, like, I weigh 150 pounds, which way do I go?
Right.
Up or down?
So I would say it's a personal decision at that point. And what I mean by that is, your size, we base this on the idea of weight. So if you're between 99 and 149 pounds, we are just suggesting the 15 pound BlanQuil. If you're between 150 and 200, we're suggesting the 20 pound. And this is designed to be 8 to 15% of your body weight. This is a recommendation. It's not set in stone. The gray area is very, very personal, and that is, do I have a little bit of upper body strength issues? Am I someone that lives alone? This is a full 20 pounds, and you may be moving it from a bedroom to a chair, or you may be folding it up at the foot of your bed. So you have to take that into consideration. Or if you're someone that thinks, you know what, I like the idea, but maybe a little bit lighter, even pressure across the body, go with the 15. It's very personal. But again, my one recommendation, it is a full 20 pounds if you go with that. Any upper body strength issues, go down to the 15.
This is the
You'll get the same benefit.
This is a BYOB.
BYOB.
Bring your own BlanQuil.
There she is. And you're under, can you feel that?
This
so
is
now
the
you're
20.
under the 20.
This is the 20.
It's your first time?
This is my first time.
My dad came to visit. My dad's 81 years old.
I love Move over, Mama.
My dad's 81 years old. He's a retired farmer and Marine. I don't think he's ever taken a nap in his life. and I got him to nap when he was visiting.